Hey everyone, this is the review on the One Drop Code 1. I got this back in June, I believe. It is the Orange Zest colorway. It is the first limited edition Code 1 they came out with the exception of the Yo-Yo Nation colors, which was the purple to raw or clear anno fade, and then the green to clear anno fade. But I don't know if those were special editions or not. Those were the first colors that came out to the public. But this was the first limited edition, and I bought it from One Drop store, onedropyoyos.com, their actual store. So very, very neat yo-yo. I'm really happy with the purchase. As you can see, this was the first, or not the first, the second with the 54 to use the side effects, but it has its own unique side effects. And just a very neat concept with the ability to change weight with using aluminum and brass and just different materials to change the weight. And then you have ultralights that are actually bored out a little bit, and then you have domes, spikes. I think they have Legos, and then of course there's the Deets, and then there's RMS. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. And even if you can go find them, stunt pegs, which are really neat, actually stick farther out than the yo-yo. Opens up the possibilities for some string tricks. But first thing I'll start out with, besides the introduction, is the stats of the yo-yo. So the diameter is 56.04 millimeters, or 2.21 inches. I should say the width is 41.98 millimeters and 1.65 inches. The gap width, which is in here, is 4.35 millimeters and 0.18 inches. And then the weight is 64 grams. That is stock with the Code 1 side effects, which is kind of like has a point to it, but it's flat and it just slowly comes to a little point. It has the One Drop 10 ball bearing size C, and the response is the One Drop flow groove. I really like the response of this yo-yo. CODE1 used to have flow groove response. They recently changed it to like a K-pad that C3 yo-yo design actually makes for them. So, and those are called snow tires. But there's no problem with the silicone, or I should say flow groove response. I really like it a lot. The 10 ball bearing and the flow groove response go really well together, since the 10 ball is a little bit more responsive and the flow groove is a little less responsive. I don't know if that's with all yo-yos, but when I play my CODE1 Sasquatch with the bearing and 10 ball bearings, is just known to be a little bit more responsive, but they work with one drops. But when I was playing my Sasquatch, it took a while to break in the snow tires. With this, I mean, you play with it right away and it's pretty unresponsive. That's just due to the response system. I'll open it up real quick to show you. It is a clear response if you don't know what a flow groove is. It kind of took me a hard time to untwist it, and I'll talk about that now. Part of the reason is because with the side effects, you really want to crank on it, make sure it's tight. It actually plays smoother when it's really tight. I learned this from Brett Grimes. He made a kind of like a tutorial for the side effects, and he used the 54, I'm pretty sure, One Drop 54. And he said, and he was sponsored by One Drop. Now he's sponsored by Newton versus, or oh shoot, I forgot. But anyway, he has a new sponsor, the company that makes the tie walker. Maybe it's like Newton versus something concepts. But anyway, he talked about the side effects, and I think One Drop told him this, but you're really supposed to, twist when you're putting it back together. Twist that extra turn. With most yo-yos, you don't want to do that because it'll strip. But since these systems, I'll actually take them out. Due to this system, the yo-yo is a whole separate piece than the axle and the other side where it screws into. So I'll have to put this back together. But there's the yo-yo halves. So the axle and the axle, I should say, the other side that screws into the hole is just separate pieces that go with the side effects. So if you can actually twist the side effects together, and yeah, I can actually put the bearing on the side effects, since this is the bearing seat. And screw it back together just like that. So it's a very, very neat concept if you didn't know about the side effects, but it is recommended to lube with the VM4N whatever, one drops lube, to lube the O-rings. I haven't done it yet because I don't have the lube, but it's very wise to do that every time you take them out, and it can also work great for the bearing. So I'm going to put those back in there. I'll do the same side. So you just evenly put pressure and snap them in, and then the other side. And so this is how you would switch them out if you'd like to. But anyway, here's the flow groove response. It's just clear. You can see the orange ano underneath of it. Bearing does not stick, but here's a 10 ball stainless steel. You can wash this with soap and water, unlike most yo-yo bearings that are aluminum, because they rust, but this will not rust since it's stainless steel. But very nice response system. Like I was saying, to put the yo-yo back together, you want to, since I just took the side effects out, you want to twist it, and you really want to crank on this thing right there. So I went that extra little twist. Might not look like it, but I really twist this thing, and it's very tight right now. Anyway, the ano is very nice, no ano flaws at all. The silver is really neat. I don't think it's raw. It has like sort of a fleck in it, and I don't know how to explain it, but I think they did something to it. I don't know exactly what it was, but it does have a pure matte finish, which helps with grinding. One thing that doesn't necessarily make grinding better, but it just makes it feel very nice on your fingers while finger grinding, is this grooved inside where the hub, not the hub, excuse me, but the gap. In the gap, it's grooved, and it just makes finger grinds feel very smooth. They did not do it with the 54, but they did it with the projects and stuff like that. So if you don't know about that, this is grooved. It's like hard to see, but it's grooved, and it's feels very smooth while finger grinding. It doesn't exactly make it better, but it does have a really neat feeling to it. Other than that, cons to this yo-yo going to pros, there's not many cons. I mean, it's a great shape. It was built by the community. Actually, One Drop threw out different suggestions to Yo-Yo Nation forum, and basically they decided what they wanted, came out with this thing, and it's a very, very nice yo-yo. H shape, has the side effects, good at thumb grinding, good at finger grinding, very smooth, good rim weight distribution, and just a very, very overall nice yo-yo. So no cons to this yo-yo really. I really like everything about it. Nice box. One Drop actually changed their logo, so this is older. It doesn't have the new One Drop logo inside of it, but very, very neat yo-yo. Like I said, not really any cons. It has about like 3 to 5 minute sleep time. Very smooth, not responsive. It throws good with any type of string, thin or thick, does not matter. I throw it with a kitty string or a hamstring. Just a very, very overall nice yo-yo. Now they came out with the CODE1. I don't know if I'll get that or not, but very, very neat yo-yo. Great idea with the side effects. I don't know really how to use them. I don't know if they're supposed to be like hub stacks, but very, very neat design, and overall great yo-yo. You can use this for 1A, 3A, and 4A or 5A or 4A, not 4A. Counterweight, I should say, but very, very nice yo-yo. I recommend it for 1A. It's just overall great plain yo-yo. Don't be afraid to buy it if you're looking at one. Yo-Yo Expert, they have an Ember, Burning Ember edition, and then a black edition. I think the black looks really slick, since it came out with colored and no side effects, but very neat yo-yo. I'll zoom in on it real quick, try to make it a little less blurry. Alright, so sorry it's kind of dark, not much natural light, but there's the side effects, engraving. Very neat yo-yo. Again, orange zest, says it on the box, but very nice yo-yo. I recommend it for intermediate to advanced players. If you're a beginner, don't use this yo-yo. Like I said, it's very unresponsive with the flow groove, but very smooth. One of my smoothest throws. Just a really overall good yo-yo, and I'm very happy with One Drop. They actually produce some of CLYW's Chiefs, so they're a very good company. They produce very high-end throws, so kudos to them. And this is the One Drop Orange Zest Edition Code 1. Thanks everyone.